Hey TCS viewers, welcome back. Chris Nichols here, and this is our wrap-up of the Olympus Pen F. If you'll remember, we didn't have a very good time using continuous autofocus on that camera, so we went back and we took a look at it again, gave it a final test with a true production final model to make sure that it's working the way it should be working. Now I'm going to say this right off the bat, in single autofocus we love the Pen F. It does a great job point to point. It is razor sharp and very quick, but we still have a lot of problems with continuous autofocus. Let's elaborate. All right, so I got Jordan out here in the parking lot. For a lot of it, he's walking straight forward, and then we did some zigzagging, both walking and running. We tested this with both the 75mm 1.8 and the 300mm lens, the f4, which we had so many issues with. And you know, there are some interesting conclusions. I'm going to talk about the good first. We actually found that in continuous autofocus, zone focusing or wide or single point, we tried them all. If you're doing the high speed continuous frame rate, we actually got a pretty consistent hit rate. Now you'll see here's one or two frames where it misses, but for the most part, it did a good job, even if Jordan is running back and forth side to side or straight on. Now when it comes to the lock-on autofocus, that probably gave us our most reliable hit rate. So tracking a subject, continuous autofocus with tracking, putting it on Jordan's face or his body, it followed him pretty well. I will say though that once in a while it would decide to start tracking something else, whether it be brick wall or a car or something. It just decided to miss, but for the most part that gave us the most consistent hit rate. You know, the Pen F, it's not going to be your best choice for doing something like sports or action or journalism. We also tested the Olympus OMD EM5 Mark II with the same conditions, and it was consistently better. It really did a fantastic job tracking continuously. So there is a difference here between the two cameras. But although the Pen F is primarily a street camera, I will still say that I use continuous autofocus quite a bit on the street, and that's where we have some issues. I do want to use the Pen F for continuous focusing, and there were some bad points here as well. So here's what I'm finding. When we put the Pen F on a subject that isn't moving at all, okay? So continuous autofocus, maybe you're doing something like a portrait of a family member, something, they're moving a little bit forward or backwards, but they're basically stationary. This is where the Pen F seems to get confused, you know? I find that when it's focusing on something, it will then, for whatever reason, keep second guessing itself, moving forward and backwards. And if you then take shots during that time, they're just wildly out of focus. You can see that here. We also tried the camera just with a slow walk. And again, if I decided to take pictures when I wanted to, rather than bursting in continuous high-speed frame rate, just doing single button presses when I feel I want that shot, often the camera is going to be totally out of focus. So it seems like the Pen F just decides to keep making more decisions even when it has already got good focus, and that's where the inconsistencies come in. The problem is you can't really trust this camera to shoot when you want it to shoot. So your best bet, guys, is going to be leaving it continuous, machine gunning the shots, and hoping that those shots are going to be in focus. We had better success that way. All right, everybody, so in conclusion, when we tested the first Pen F, we found these inconsistencies where the camera would just go far out of focus, and we're still seeing that on this final production Pen F. Surprisingly, the 300 gave us so much trouble the first time, but we found this to be consistent with many of the lenses that we tested. It's just something to do with the camera. And again, we're not going to leave out the possibility that Olympus may tackle this and fix it in the future. We certainly hope so. On a happy note though, the video, I wasn't able to get those clips to work when we did the video. We did find out that you have to go into the info button to the quick menu, and then you have all your options. Why you don't have those in the menu as well, I don't know, but that's how it is. Now you guys know if you need to do videos and you want to change it, use the info button. All right, thanks very much, guys. We're glad we were able to do this addendum. Hopefully you find this helpful. Again, remember, check us out on Twitter so you can yell at us and say, "You're wrong, the Olympus is the best camera ever, we hate you." Or you can do that on Instagram, or you can, leave comments on our videos and subscribe to us. Please don't unsubscribe. This is why we do it. We want to give you honest, fair appraisals. We'll see you guys soon.